Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I said good evening, man. And this is your boy Juiceland TV, man, and I'm back, man. I'm back in this. And when I tell you, man, Juiceland pushing through, man, we crossing state lines, man. State lines, bro, for real. I hope everybody's day went well today, and I hope their night be blessed. This is Juiceland TV once again, man, and I just want to welcome everybody to Juiceland TV, man. We ain't even in our area right now, man. We way past the state lines today, man. We're in New York City today, man. And Juice guest, man, Miss Karine, man, she's in the back. She's in the back, man. I'm about to, bring on up, man. Let y'all talk to her. Let y'all know what she got going on. She's doing her thing, man. Hey there, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you, man.
Likewise.
We've been trying to get this thing going for a little while, but we finally got it.
Yes.
All right, so if you want to introduce yourself to the people, just let them know who you are, where you from.
Okay, my name is Karine, but my artist name is I Am Karine. I'm from New York City. I love music. Music is my passion. Music is my life. And I'm happy to be on this show. So thank you, Ronaldo, so much for asking me to be on your show today. I'm really grateful for that. And I'm just excited for new things that are happening.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm excited for you to be here, on my panel sharing, your story. So, what all you got going on with yourself?
Well, right now, I just released my first single. I can't say it's my first single, but I released my single with my first music video last Friday. The song is called "This Is Who I Am," and it's primarily about just things that you go through, and just being able to accept who you are and embrace who you are, and just love yourself as you are, whether or not anybody likes it or not.
Right, right. Yes, ma'am. And what inspired you to, start doing music?
Believe it or not, when I was young, my mom bought a piano and she wanted me to learn how to play it. And at that time, my mom was a single mother, and she didn't make much money, so she
Uh-huh.
sacrificed for
Right,
me and my
right.
brother to learn. And even if it meant that she went to work with holes in her shoes, which she often did, she wanted us to have those piano lessons.
Okay.
And so I studied music. I took piano lessons. I went to a music performing arts school for high school. I went to college and took music management, even
Okay.
though I had given up on music at that time.
Okay.
But music has always been a part of my life.
Well, I can see your mom done a great job. A great job.
Thank you.
You've been to college and man, you've been doing your thing, man. So I want to ask you, why did you give up music? Like, what happened with that?
So here's the thing. Um, Growing up, I had a lot of low self esteem, a lot
Hmm.
of low self confidence.
Okay.
And even though the people around me believed in me and they told me, you have a great voice, you can do it, I didn't believe it.
Right.
So when I left school, I said, you know what? Forget about music. I'm going to become an accountant, and that's going to be it. I went to college, I took my first accounting course, and I failed at it miserably. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go back to music because it's a lot easier. So
Right.
I learned the hard way. You can't run from what you're really destined to do. You got
Yeah.
to just stick with it no matter what.
No
So
matter what.
yeah, so for me, it was just a matter of overcoming my fears, overcoming my low self esteem and low self confidence.
Okay. Okay. So, and what did you grow up at?
I don't understand. What
What
did
did
I?
Yeah? What where you grew up? Like what were you raised?
Oh, I was raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I,
Brooklyn.
yeah, like I said, with a single family household. My mother was the head of the house. What she said went, and it was just the three of us, me, my mom, and my brother.
Okay. Okay. Your mom still with us or?
Sadly, no, I
Okay.
lost her December 27th, 2019.
Sorry to hear that, man. Well, know this, I lost my mom too. So guess what? Your mom, she's still with you. She's looking down at you. She's smiling at you right now, and she's that little, oh, she's that little voice you hear in your head when you want to give up, and she's saying, "Keep going, keep going." Yeah, that's her right there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
her.
So, what about your brother? Is he still in your life? He's still around?
Yeah, he's married. He has 5 kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to be an aunt. So I'm happy with that.
Okay, okay. So no trouble in background, like you wouldn't getting in trouble and nothing like that.
Far from it. I was the type that my mother only had to beat me once with a belt, and I know that we are at an age where people don't believe in using belts for discipline.
Right,
But in my time, when my mother said to do something, you either did it or you didn't do it. And if you didn't do it, there was a consequence, and that was the belt. So after one time of getting hit with the belt, I was an obedient child and I did exactly what my mama told me to do.
yes, ma'am. I heard that. I wish I would have been like that. You know.
But even though I was an obedient child, didn't mean that I didn't have my challenges. You
Right,
know,
right.
I was always afraid. I was bullied. I still deal with food issues in terms of overeating sometimes, and
Hmm.
it's not easy, but I'm learning to manage that.
Right, right. Well, I mean, God is with you. I don't know your religion, and and I don't try to push religion on people, but I believe that there has a God up there, and
Yes, there is.
and I'm a God fearing man. So what I would like to tell you is God is always with you.
Yes.
He always watching out for you, and He always helping you.
i'm
Dragging
I'm
you through the struggle.
Yep, I'm a non-denominational Christian.
Yes, ma'am. That is great to hear that. So, how long would you say music has been into your life?
I'd have to say all my life, even though I tried to run from it.
Hmm.
I tried to run from it because I was always afraid of the microphone. And it's like, no matter what I did, whether I was in junior high school, whether I was in high school, whether I was in church, they always handed me the mic. But the problem was that even when they gave me the mic, I sounded good. That's what they said. But I never believed what anybody said because in my mind, I can't hear me the way other people hear me. If you
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm more critical of my voice.
Hmm.
So I had some church hurt, and I joined another church, and I was a background singer for a while, and then the opportunity came one night when there was no lead worshiper. So I said, you know what, I'll do it, no problem. And from that moment on, everything changed because I was no longer afraid to sing lead. My thing is that sometimes you can allow fear to control your life. And in my case, I allowed it to control my music. I
Mm-hmm.
allowed it to control my passion. I allowed it to control everything
Mm-hmm.
because in my mind, I couldn't sing. And I'm like, you know what? I can write music, I can arrange music. I'll just do that. I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
worry about singing because I can do everything else. But I eventually got over my fear. And the question was, okay, well, now that you're not afraid to sing, what are you going to do with it? So now when I sing, it's easy because I'm ready to do it now. And my main concern is, even though, like I said before, I am a non-denominational Christian, my biggest concern is what am I going to tell God when I see him, in that day? What did you do with your gift?
Right.
If I have no answer for that, what I have to have an answer. So I am, pursuing music now. I am singing and doing the best that I can. So I can say, you know what, Lord, I did this, and I did that while I was on earth.
Okay. So when did at what age did you overcome your fears? Of
Oh gosh, I'd have to say about 40.
40? Okay, okay.
40.
And you have been doing it all those years and you
I had been doing it in fear
right, right.
because I
So
was afraid to say no when they gave me the microphone to sing.
uh-huh. So let me ask you this question. Singing in fear, did it like mess with you while you were singing? Or or did it like just push the singing is just push it out of you?
Well, it's the weirdest thing. It's like, even though I would sing in fear, once I closed my eyes, I was in another world.
Right.
And I could just let go.
Mm-hmm.
But, singing now compared to singing then, it's like when I sang in fear, I let everything go and I just closed my eyes and just acted as if no one else was there.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I sing, my eyes are open, I'm aware of who's around me, and I'm still good. But I'm better now because it's like I'm doing it from a place of power instead of a place
Right.
of fear.
Right. So how like does it feel like do it have a different tone to it now
Oh,
that like you were singing in fear and now you're not scared to sing. Now you're not singing in fear. So what was the difference of it?
the difference is that I believe in myself now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dependent on anyone to, big me up and say, you can do it, you can do it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what anybody says, it's about what you believe in yourself. And it took me years to believe in myself. So
Right.
it's like when I take the microphone now, it's like I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to when I was living in fear, I was like, oh gosh, I have to do this. It's a different position. You can either do something from a position of fear or you can do something from a position of power. Those are your two options. I suggest you learn to do it from a position of power.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I recommend that too. I recommend that too. That hit in all different angles too. Like anything you're doing, if you're
Yeah.
doing it in fear, as long as you got God with you and you got your support, the people that support you, you know, you shouldn't have that fear. You just open up and just let it out, you know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I even though I had my people with me, and
Hmm.
I remember I was in high school and I was petrified. There was a gospel chorus that is it when you sang there,
Hmm.
that either made you or broke you in school. That was your rep on the line.
Right.
So my friends would always make me get up to sing. And
Hmm.
one day I said, why do you guys make me do this all the time? I said, I thought you guys loved me. And they said, we do this because
Cause we love you.
so they would make me get up there all the time. And I was petrified. But that was love.
Yeah, it
That was love.
was. And that was the push that you needed. You
Yeah.
needed that push. Because if it was up to you, you would have just let it go.
Yep.
You would have just let it go. So I mean, that's what you call some real true friends.
Yeah.
You know, some real true friends. So shout out to them. Big ups to
Yes.
them.
LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts. I love you. I will always love you.
So I see you got a couple of videos, man. How many videos do you have?
Oh, I don't even know. I would have to go back and look, but I've done a few, they're all nothing but covers.
Right.
So I put something out just to have
Hmm.
something in there. So I've put a few covers out.
Okay. Okay. And how often do you record? Like, do you go in the studio a lot to record, or every now and then?
Right now, when COVID hit, everything stopped.
Right. Right.
Everything stopped. But I'm slowly getting back into going back into the studio. I haven't been back into the studio since, I'd say, maybe July.
Hmm.
But that costs money.
Yeah. I
That
know. I
costs
know.
money.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
God is good because He's given me such a good friend, Samuel Archer, that
Hmm.
we barter.
Hmm.
So I'm able to do my music, and he's able to get what he needs from me as well. So it's a great relationship
Right. Right.
musically.
Right. That's very understanding.
Yeah.
Very understanding. So when you be in the studio, like when you used to go to the studio, how did it make you feel? What kind of feeling that was that?
It's like when I go into the studio, I've already written a song, and it's like a release. I can't explain it to you because it's like I get to do what I love, and I love
Right.
to write. I love to arrange music, and like when I'm working with Sam or whichever producer that I'm working with, it's like,
Hmm.
okay, let's do this, let's do that, and I'm open to their ideas. They're open to mine, and it's a nice blend, and
Okay.
it just feels good. It just feels relaxing. It just feels like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I was born to do. And I absolutely love being in the studio. Love it.
Okay. Okay. So with you being in the studio, like, actually, how did it make you feel? Your first time your first time going in the studio, was you nervous? Like, was you like on the edge? Your hands were sweaty. When you get nervous, sometimes some people got that tremble with them, or sometimes some people hands sweat. Or how how was the feeling for you? Your very first time being in the studio.
My very first time
Yes,
being in the
ma'am.
studio. I think that was with Sean Raynor. I didn't know what to expect because it's like, I had ideas
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know how to express those ideas. So, and I was just working with, this was the first time I was working with a producer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I might have been a little nervous, but once I got into the flow of what I wanted to do, it became easy breezy. I was like, yeah, we can do this.
Okay. Okay. And the way, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was like, yeah, we can do this. That was my only thought. I was like, we can do this. Go ahead.
Okay. And the way you write music, like, what like how did I let me find a way to say this. What do you write about? Like, is it something that you went through on that day or last week, or something like that, or is it?
Well, sometimes the songs I write are based on my experiences. Sometimes it just comes to me. Sometimes I'm sleeping and I hear it in a dream,
Mhm.
and then I have to get up and write it. So it comes to me in different ways. Sometimes somebody can just say something. I'm like, what did that person just say? And I'll just start writing. So
Right.
for me, it just, it comes differently. It's no one set thing. It just, when it hits me, it hits me.
So have you ever used your music as like a scapegoat? Like you was frustrated one day and you just started writing, and after
Yes.
you finish writing, you okay?
I remember one time I found out some really, really, really bad news, something that I never thought I would ever hear. And I called out sick because I couldn't work. I was like, I cannot go to work like this. I was devastated. So I wrote a song. I called the musician that I was working with, the producer that I was working with. I said, "Yo, I need to come to your place today, and I need to work." Um, After we finished, I did feel a little better. I was still pissed off, by what had happened, but
Right.
it did give me the avenue I needed to vent, and the avenue I needed to write and just let it go.
Okay. Okay. That's that what music do for for most people. Most people that I know that do music, it help them vent or get things off their chest, blow steam. It's like if you would go to the gym, you
Mm.
or whatever else somebody would do to blow off steam like that. Oh, so in the next 4 to 5 years, what do you see your career heading?
The next 4 to 5 years, I'm
Hmm.
hoping to be able to write for other artists.
Hmm.
I'm hoping to be able to perform. I'm hoping to be able to write music for movies, for commercials. I'm just hoping to be able to do a lot more than I'm doing now.
Right, big dreams. Only thing you
Yes.
got to do is keep doing it. Just
Yes.
keep doing what you're doing. And at the bottom, I said keep keeping on.
Yes.
And that just came to me, So, and how you explaining it to me, that's what I can tell you. Keep keeping on. So, have you ever like exchanged words like talk to artists that's like in the industry or something like that?
Unfortunately, I'm not connected with any of the artists in the industry like that. I wish I
Hmm.
was, but I'm not. So I
Hmm.
can't say that I have.
Okay. So if you was in the studio one day and you wrote your song already and you just went in the studio and you was recording and one of those artists, let's say P Diddy or somebody, just walked in there and heard you, and he would want to sign you or like at least coach you and give you some guidance and bring you around people to help you further better your career. How would you feel and how would you take that?
Well, I would appreciate it. I would be very grateful for the opportunity to be around other artists and other people that want to genuinely help me. I would be
Mhm.
grateful, I would be humble, and I would accept the help.
Okay, okay. Well, me and you, what we're gonna do? I have one of your videos I'm about to play, so I'm gonna go ahead and put us to the side and just let it roll on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me get to it right quick.
Okay, Karine, it's time for you to tell your story.
You may not like what you think about me. You just don't know my story. Been through some things that I just can't believe that I am still here standing. Oh, been through some pain, but I'm still breathing. I know that you don't like what you see, but I don't give a damn, but this is who I am. This is how I like it. This is who I am. don't think about what God has done in my life. He's always there when I'm feeling down. He's always right by my side. I'm not the same. Been through the fire. And I wouldn't change a thing that I have been through. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. I walk through the beat of a different drum. I am who I am, know where I come from. I embrace me, celebrate me, 'cause I love me, I adore me, and I'm not gonna change for you. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is how I
Miss Karine, you got some nice vocals there, man.
Oh, thank
You got
you.
some nice vocals there, man. You got to keep doing what you're doing. I like that. You got to keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing, man. You got to keep pushing.
I definitely will.
You got to keep pushing. And I like that. This is who I am. Like, if you don't accept me for who I am, then, I ain't tripping. I don't care.
Right.
Shit, because what I'm doing, I like it.
That's right.
Shit, that's what I got out of that.
It took me years to get to this point where it's like, I don't care what people say. I'm just doing what I need to do for me. That's it.
Right. And that's amazing, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. I like that. I like people like that, man. That's just, they got some cruel people out there in this world, man. And they'll do any and everything to try to break a person down.
Yep.
Only because something in their life ain't going right.
Yep.
And you could be doing something, that you're not knowing what you're doing is making them hate you or making them jealous of you. You just doing your thing.
Right.
And they looking at you like, it's crazy. But I tell my wife all the time, man, people like that, we got to pray for them. Because I wasn't always like this. It took me years to become the man I became,
Right.
I'm still becoming. So
we are all works in progress. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody.
But even though nobody's perfect, we have a right to walk on this earth and be who we are supposed to be.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're right, too. So let me ask you this question. If you had a chance to perform anywhere in the world, what would you perform? And why would you perform them?
Now that is a good question. Where would I perform? I think I'd want to perform in a place where this message is needed the most.
Okay.
Maybe in the houses for children who don't have parents.
Mm-hmm. The orphanage.
Orphanage houses, yeah. just to, instill in them that they're important, they matter, and it's important that they love themselves and accept themselves,
Right.
even if nobody else does.
Right.
I think I want to start there because if my message can help people,
Mm-hmm.
then that's the most important thing.
That'd be great. I think that'd be great too, cause a lot of them look at you and follow you and try to not be but be something like you, and make something out of themselves.
Right.
Cause a lot of them don't have no guidance, like no real guidance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I want my music to inspire. I want my music to help people. I want my music to help people just love themselves and accept themselves because if you can do that, you can do anything.
I was
If
just
you
about to ask you that question too, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, if you can do that, you can do anything. Because if you can just accept yourself when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep at night, look in the mirror and say, you know what, Dad blasted, I'm still here.
Hmm.
I am still here and I am still doing what I need to do to be me. And whether or not they accept me or not, don't matter. I'm still here. My life is not dependent on what someone else says. My life is not dependent on what someone else does. Because at the end of the day, I still have to look at the mirror and look at me.
Right.
And, and if my song can just help people see that and stand on their own 2 feet and do what they have to do for themselves, to God be the glory.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. Now, your style of music. Who would you compare your style of music to?
Hmm.
What artists?
I don't write music to be compared to others, if it makes any sense. So
Yeah,
I
it does.
so I don't know how to answer that question. I write what's in me. I write what's given to me from God, and I try to make it as unique as possible, even though it can't be that unique because it still has to fit in. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yes, ma'am.
So I don't try to listen to this one or that one or try to copy this one or that one. I want my own style. God
Hmm.
gave us each a DNA that is not like anyone else's. I'm
Hmm.
not trying to be this one. I'm not trying to be that one. My name is I am Karine. I am
Right.
Karine for a reason. So I unfortunately I can't answer you because I'm not trying to be like anyone else. I'm trying to, be me
Okay. Okay.
and create something that maybe someone else wants to copy or follow or whatever.
Yes, ma'am. And I truly, truly understand that. Oh, what I was meaning by that, like, they might have an artist out there
I know.
that are like how you said you want your music to touch people in different ways and help them. But
Right.
they got artists out there like this dude name I don't know if you ever heard of him, Molly Music.
Miley, yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah, nah, see, that's the type of when I listen to your music, it's kind of it brings me to his style of music.
Okay.
Well, he do gospel, but he do the uplifting, uplifting people's spirits and letting them know, like, you can do this. Oh, don't go out and do this. It's like he got some real great music, you
Right.
know. And when you told me what you told me, I'm like, okay, well, she would be like on a Molly Music type of style.
Okay. I,
Yeah,
I I receive that. I receive that, and I accept what you're saying.
yeah, yes, ma'am. So, how did you come to realize that music was the way forward for you?
When I tried becoming an accountant and I tried doing something completely outside of my comfort zone that I was just not good at, that's when I realized and said, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. Let me go back to what I know I'm good at. And
Right.
when I went back to music, I never left. When you find that one thing in your life that brings you peace, that one thing that makes you get up in the morning, that
Mm-hmm.
one thing that you can't help but, for me, I can't help but sing every day. I can't help but, write music. I can't help but be happy when I'm arranging music. That
Mm-hmm.
one passion in your life that makes you smile, that makes you happy, that makes you feel like if you can't do this one thing, then
Right.
what's worth then life's not really worth anything. When you find your gift, when you find your ability, when you find that one thing, that's when you know that that's what you're supposed to do. And for me, it's music.
Okay. Okay. So when you say uh rearrange music, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so I write the song. I'll go into the studio with a producer and I'll say, okay, well, I hear horns here, or I hear timpanis there, or I hear strings here. This is the way I hear it. This is the melody. And I'll sing the melody and they'll put it down. And I'll sing another melody and they'll put that one down. And, and that's how we, create music.
Okay. Okay. So you saying like you kind of touch basics with the beat as well?
Right.
Okay. So you put beats together too as well too, or no? You just.
I put, in other words, whatever I hear at the time. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I hear a particular beat, I'll be like, boom, shh, boom, boom, shh, boom, boom. And I'll explain that to the producer. I'm like, look, this is what I hear. This is what I want. And I'll sing it to him. Or if it's a beat, I'll give him the beat. If it's a bass, I'll say, this is what I hear for the bass. Or this
Mm-hmm.
is what I hear. This is what I hear. Sometimes I don't know the instrument, but I'll just hear a melody. And I'm like, okay, this is what I hear. We need to put this down. So that's how I work.
Okay. Okay. So explain to me, because I'm puzzled. Now I want you to let people know, but I also want to know too. Like, how does it come to you? Like, what kind of feeling do you get like when you say you hear it?
Okay, so what happens is when I go into the studio and I'm with my producer, first thing we do is we pray, and I ask God to come into the room and just show me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we will lay down, the melody that I've already created. And then, as he's playing, I will start to hear things. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is the melody that I hear. I'm just giving you an example.
Yes.
And he will start playing that, and they'll, 9 times out of 10, he'll say, well, what instrument do you hear? And I said, sometimes I know, sometimes I don't. I said, but that's what I hear.
Right.
So we'll figure out which instrument, and then he'll probably add something later. And then I'm like, wait a minute, stop. I hear something else. This is what I hear. And I'm like, no, I want the cello to do this. No, I want this, or I want that. So it's like I'll hear it as we go along. And then as I hear it, they lay it down. Sometimes they don't lay it down, but they're like, put it in the recorder, and
Mm-hmm.
when and we'll lay it down in a minute. So as I hear it, we lay it down, or I record it so we can put it in later. That's how we do it. That's how I arrange.
Okay. Okay. And you do that every time or
Every time.
every time?
Every time. Every time.
So how long when you go in the studio? How long does it take for you to actually do a song?
It depends on the amount of hours. And sometimes it's, you mean the entire song or just for
Yeah.
laying down tracks?
Yeah, the entire song, the whole
Woo!
song.
Sometimes it takes about to actually finish a song. Maybe, because the thing is, I don't go to the studio every single day.
Right.
Sometimes I go once a week, or maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how much money I have at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd say 20, 30 hours.
20, 30 hours.
20 or
Wow.
30 hours.
And y'all
And
been
then, yeah.
in the studio that long.
Yeah, because it's like at one point, I had 12-hour sessions.
Mm-hmm.
We would be in there for 12 hours just doing music. And
Cool.
yeah, it was exhausting, but John, I worked with a guy named John Adams, and I love John Adams. We worked for 12 hours straight, and we would book the studio, for like a month. And every Friday into Saturday, was it Friday? It was Saturday. It was Saturday into Sunday. We would be doing music for 12 hours straight. 12
Man,
hours.
that's a lot of that's a lot of work. I
It
never
is.
knew. I never
It
knew it
is.
was a lot of work like that. That is a lot of work.
Oh, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it
It's
when
worth
when
it
when
when you
you
love it.
yeah, when you love it, it's worth it.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
love it.
'Cause I'm doing something now that I love, and I work in the heat, but I just love it. I do AC work.
Oh, cool. That's like I said, when you find that thing that you love to do, that one thing that makes you happy, that makes you smile, it's not even work. It's just something that you love to do,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
you
ma'am.
know? And it just, gives you a reason to get up in the morning. It's like, yeah, I get to do this. You
Yeah,
get to do your AC work.
yes, ma'am. I never been excited to get up to go to a job, but this one here is something different. So I understand what you're saying, and I know what you're saying.
Right.
So, so what you say? Well, first of all, how many projects do you have?
Right now,
Yes, ma'am.
right now, in terms of writing, I haven't written in a while. When I lost my mother, December 27th, 2019, I I think I took a hiatus to a certain extent because I had other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I haven't really. I've been into the studio maybe 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm slowly getting back into it, but because of finances and I'm not able to go right now. But it's coming starting in 2022. I should be able to go back into the studio on a more regular basis. But right now, I just can't.
Right. I understand. You have a blessing coming your way, man. You from what you're telling me, you working hard. You done worked hard. You know, when it gets hard, when you're doing something and it's like like it's smooth sailing and it start getting hard and harder, God testing you. He want to see if you want to stay with it. And then when you stay with it, and He see that you stay with it and you're dedicated to it, that blessing, He send that blessing down to you. So you have a blessing coming your way.
Oh, I received that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You have a
I
blessing coming
received
your way.
that. I received that.
So what type of music do you listen to?
I listen to Christian music. I listen to classical music, jazz, gospel,
Hmm.
a little bit of R&B and hip hop. I can't deal with the cursing and the negativity with music nowadays. It drives me crazy. It's like I want to listen to, the current stuff that's out there.
Hmm.
But once I hear the B word or the F word or the S word, it's like, why do I have to subject myself to that? So I
Right,
turn it off.
right.
I turn
Some
it off because I don't want to listen to that. I want to listen to the music, but I don't want to listen to the negativity attached to it.
some people say it's not good for the soul.
It's not. It's not. I
Yeah.
mean, growing up, I listened to, Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and all these other artists, and to my knowledge, most of their lyrics were pretty clean. There was no
Yeah.
be this or F that or end this, and no, it was music. It was music that you could, sit down with your family and enjoy.
Hmm.
Nowadays, it's just too negative, and I can't. I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, it took a turn. It kind of took a turn for the worse, and it's sad to say, but behind music, some people lose their life behind it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
become negative, and it's like I don't want to fill my spirit with that.
Okay, so let's say the oldies, like Marvin Gaye you was talking about. Oh, out of one of them, what would be your favorite artist of listening to? Like, the oldies.
I like what's his name, Donny Hathaway. I like him. I like John Coltrane.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Temptations. I think their music was timeless.
Yeah, yeah, you can feel that back then. That music, that when you played it, you can kind of feel it in your soul.
So,
That type of music made your,
yeah,
your, your parents dance in the house.
yep,
While they was cleaning up.
yep,
And it was good times.
exactly.
Yeah, it was good times. I wish we could bring those good old days back.
Back. Me too. But I want to at least contribute by, like this is who I am. To me, it's clean.
Right.
It's a positive message, and that's what I want to bring to to music. I want to bring positive, clean messages that inspire people to be better and to
hmm
just accept each other and to just love each other.
hmm You so you trying to put a message out there, and you're trying to grab people to that's awesome, man. That's
Thank
that's
you.
that's real awesome. Oh, I think you got a great plan. I think you should continue to stick with your plan. Do what you can. Don't do nothing that don't overdo it and then look back and be like, oh well, I gotta backtrack, and everything will be fine, just fine, man. But
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play you. Well, I gotta grab it. I gotta grab it back up. I'm gonna play your video one more time, and after that, I'm gonna you know let people know where they can go look up your music. You let them know what platform they could go on to look up your music and everything, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
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 All right. Let me find it because I think I went to the wrong one. Let me see. Yeah, man. I was kind of nervous. I was like, man, I hope we get to do this because you was trying to get at me. I was trying to get at you, and I didn't know you was where you was from, but I'm glad. You know.
I'm glad too. I'm glad this worked out beautifully. God's
Yeah.
time. God's
Can,
time.
can you hear it?
Can I hear what?
Your music? I don't think
Nope.
I pulled it up. Let me see. Is it Sharon? Yeah, it's Sharon. Okay.
Like what you think about me. You just don't know my story. Been through some things that I just can't believe that I am still here standing. Oh, been through some pain, but I'm still breathing. I know that you don't like what you see, but I don't give a damn, 'cause this is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. There's not a day that I don't think about what God has done in my life. He's always there when I'm feeling down. He's always right by my side. I'm not the same. Been through the fire. And I wouldn't change a thing that I have been through. This is who I am. This is how I like it. beat of a different drum. I am who I am, know where I come from. I embrace me, celebrate me, 'cause I love me, I adore me, and I'm not gonna change for you. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. Like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. This is who I am. This is how I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yes, ma'am. You can tell you was in the choir. You got that choir voice. You got some good vocals, man. You got some good vocals with you.
I appreciate your compliment. Thank you. God
I,
be the glory.
I haven't asked you. When you was young, did you used to be in church a lot every Sunday or
I grew up in a Catholic church, believe it or not.
Catholic? Okay.
And when I got to high school, I attended. We had a class called Gospel Chorus,
Hmm.
and that's when I, developed most of my vocal abilities in Gospel Chorus.
Okay.
In my opinion. In my opinion.
So what made you switch from Catholic to, Christian? Just curious.
Well, I was because I was in gospel choir. I was always around people who were who loved going to church,
Hmm.
and I went to one of my friends' church, and I said, you know what, this is cool. I can do this. So I became a non-denominational Christian, even though Catholics are Christians, but they're Catholics.
Right.
I decided to become a non-denominational Christian at that point once I visited my friend's church.
Okay.
So I went from the title of Catholic to the title of non-denominational Christian.
Okay. So I want to ask you if you're not comfortable with this next question I'm about to ask you. You don't have to answer.
Okay.
But can I ask you, what did you see different between the two?
Well, for me, Catholics believe in. My experience was that with Catholicism, in the Catholic religion, you have to, speak to your pastor or to the Father and ask him for repentance and do Hail Marys and Virgin Marys and all that other stuff. With the Christian, the non-denominational Christian, your only source is Christ.
Right.
And that is what intrigued me, because even when I read the word, we're not supposed to pray to idols. We're not supposed to pray to the Virgin Mary. We're supposed to, ask God to help us.
Hmm.
And, Jesus Christ is the mediator between God and man. So when like I said, when I was exposed to that and when I read the word for myself, I made the decision that, okay, I'm a non-denominational Christian based on that.
Okay. And being that you made that transition, was anyone mad with you because you had made that transition?
My mother was furious. She's like, you're a Catholic. You will always be a Catholic. And, we disagreed on a lot of things, but I loved it. She was my mama.
Yeah.
She was my mama. But that's where I am. That's who I am. A non-denominational Christian.
Is your brother, he's following you in your footsteps?
My brother is I don't know how to describe my brother. He is oh gosh. I don't even know what religion he is, to be honest with you. He's taken a lot of history, African history, and he's a historian to a certain extent. So he's his faith with God is completely different than mine.
Okay, okay. That's understandable. That's understandable. So okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and all right. One more question. Are you the oldest or
I'm the oldest.
you're okay? Okay, so he's the baby boy. All right, so let people know who you are. Tell them your name. Let them know where they can look your music up at, and tell them all platforms they can go and support you and follow you.
Okay. My artist name is I Am Karine. My music is available on iTunes and Amazon. The song is only 99 cents. So please go out and purchase a copy for yourself. And I'm about empowerment. I'm about self love. I'm about encouragement. I'm about, helping people to become, helping people to see that they are more than what they think they are. And I believe in you. I believe and want the very best for all people. And you can, like I said, you can check my music out on iTunes, on Amazon, and other platforms. And I hope that you will support my dream. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to have you on my panel, on my platform. Uh, God bless you. Continue to do what you're doing. You're doing a great and amazing job.
Thank you.
Pray for me and my family as well.
Yes.
And anytime you ready to come back on here, just hit me up. Or if you don't hit me up, I may hit you up in a couple of months.
I
And,
definitely
and
will.
if you get something new, some new music you want it to be, you know, shared on here, let me know, man. It'll be my pleasure to get you back up on here and tell your story, because this about telling your story and getting your music out and letting you be heard.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you reaching out to me to ask me to come on your show. I'm truly grateful. Thank you. You were the
Yes,
first person to do that. So thank you.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, man. And if you ever make it big, look, I don't want nothing. Only thing I want from you is to be up there where you gonna be at. That's the only thing I don't even want no thank you, just a wave, and just to continue to go by your day. I think we lost it, y'all. But this is a God fearing woman. She's doing her thing. Y'all go support her. She told y'all where y'all can go and, look up her music. It's been a blessing just to talk to her, someone. She's out of town. Oh, she just texted me to see her laptop went dead. Oh, everybody go out and support her, man, and just show her some love and support. Everybody need love and support. This is Juice Land TV. We about to wrap this thing up, man. So God bless everybody. Everybody be safe out there. It's a cool world. We already know it's a cool world out there. But pray for your people. So God bless everybody, like I said, man. This Juice Land TV, and I'm out.